Hi, this is a video demonstration of the new multi-page functionality, and specifically on this video we're focusing on the endorsements page, which has now changed completely. It's not really to do with multi-page as such. However, there is functionality that concerns multi-page within an endorsement section, which is good to know. Now the first thing I've done is I've gone onto my multi-page section for a case. This is a multi-page question. This is a multi-page quote that's been submitted. If I go to questions, you can see in general questions that I've got multi-page answers here. So if I scroll up here, 39 Fabian Crescent, and then 40 Fabian Crescent. So you'll see that I've got two multi-page question. I've got one multi-page question that has got two items inside it. Right. So what I'm going to do is go back to endorsements, and you will notice a very different layout to the current endorsements page, or rather to the previous endorsements page. You will now see that memorandums and conditions are now in the same screen. They now occupy the same screen space. And what I mean by that is basically, in order to manage memorandums or to manage conditions, you now click on this menu here. At the moment we're on memorandums. If I want to go into conditions, I click on conditions, and this automatically changes to conditions. And the first thing I'm going to do for the purposes of this demonstration is add some endorsement library items. So if you bear with me, I'm just going to add a couple of very simple ones. I'm going to add a couple of conditions. Add another one, just bear with me. And we'll add one more, so we have 4. And now I've got my endorsement library items for my scheme. This is a new scheme, by the way. I created it from scratch for the purposes of this demonstration. And so what I'm going to do now is refresh my current case, and now you'll see that I'm on memorandums, and you'll see now that I've got my 2 library items. And now if I click on conditions here, you will also see that I then get my 2 condition items. Excuse me. So what you'll see now is, as opposed to the endorsement library section, which was similar to the previous endorsement section, which have separate screen space for both conditions and memorandums, you'll see here now that we occupy the same screen space for both memorandums and conditions. So when you click on this button, if you click on conditions, this particular screen here, which allows you to choose an endorsement library item, now changes to the conditions. If I click on memorandum, they now change to the memorandum items instead. And yeah, there we go. In order to add memoranda to this case, if you wanted to add a new one, you could simply click on this green button here where it says add new item. Click on that, and then it will give us the screen to add a new memorandum. So if I do this now, title test memo from if I click on save here, you'll see that now I have got a new memorandum which has been created from scratch by myself, It's not part of the library. It hasn't been added from the library, rather. This is a completely new one. You'll see here that it's got added by myself because I've added it, and it's added the date it was added, which is today, 26th of August. There's no ID for memorandum, so there's no ID added here. This icon here, there's actually some text that tells you why this icon is like it is. The reason it's like this now is because it's not from the endorsement library, which is very similar to how it occurred before. So let's add one from the endorsement library. So I'm going to add memo as the ID. I'm going to click on that. Also, let me do that again. 1 second. I'm going to click on memo, and what you'll find here is it actually gives you the options of being able to select anything that starts with the ID. So I've done memo and memo 2. It gave me memo, but what I could also do still is if I wanted to search for, say, another one, memo 2, which is slightly different, I could do that, and I could change that there and then if I wanted. But for the purposes of this one, we're going to go for memo. Let's look for memo. Yep, there we are. And then this is a memorandum. This is the one that we wanted. I'm going to click on save, and then you'll see that memo has been passed over to memo. To this as an endorsement item. You'll see that the two icons are now different. Now that book icon is to let us know that that has been transferred over from the endorsement library item. And this one here is obviously because it's been created from scratch. So again, if I go through this, if I click on memo 2, it's giving me memo 2. This is test memorandum number 2. I could, if I wanted, search for other memorandums in this section, but I found memo 2, so I'm going to click save, and there you go, it's added me memo 2. And the same thing is for conditions. So if I click on conditions, again, this screen is going to change to match only conditions. I'm going to be able to select the 2 conditions that are available in the library if I wanted. So if I click on test, again, it's going to give me test here. Click on save, and there you go. I've got it from the endorsement library. If I wanted to create one from scratch, again, a new condition, I can click on that button here in the corner, and I can click and I can type test condition made from scratch. If I save that, and there you go, you can see that it's been set to acknowledge that this has been created from scratch, not from an endorsement item. And there we go. If I wanted to delete items, to delete them, I can do this. I can either select all of them if I wanted to delete them, and then I could select to remove selected, which would then remove every single one there. Or I could just select that one, click remove selected. It will tell me, it will inform me that it's about to be removed. If I click OK, there you go, it's been removed. Same thing for exactly the same thing with memoranda as well. If I had several endorsement library items, I can search for them. So if I do memo 2, for example, you'll see that this has automatically responded to my search, and it's only got the one that matches my search. So I've got memo 2. I did have memo and memo 2 available, but because I've searched for memo 2, it's now given me just that option. This is again, if I take away that search, you'll see that it now comes back. If I had several items that I wanted to add,